We are set. All right. Yes, we are. We're going live now. All right. All right. Welcome to Composites Weekly here live at CAMX 2024. And great opening day. Have my first guest today is Nikita Wood. Really happy to have her joining me on the podcast today. Nikita, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17 years old. Okay. So she's a high school student, but she had an incredible submission and won the ACE program award for the most creative application, most creative design. So we're going to be talking about this because this is a sustainable, fully recyclable composite sandwich panel solution for temporary housing. So this is pretty incredible how you put this together. We'll talk about some of the materials that you used, but let's start with yourself. You're 17 years old, and you know, a lot of people your age are watching TikTok reels and goofing off and hanging out with friends, but you're coming up with a really cool solution. And so tell me a little bit about your background.
So I've grown up in Toronto my whole life,
Okay.
and I do competitive swimming.
Wow.
Just sort of, I'm a teenager, but I think like more so with the composites project and everything, being from like a city and seeing firsthand the struggles of like unhoused communities, it really repelled me, and it had not like a personal motivation, but sort of a personal motivation to work on that.
Yeah. Is that a problem in you say Toronto, right?
Yeah.
That's an issue, right?
I think it's an issue everywhere. But especially in cities and
major cities,
yeah.
So tell me about obviously I know you've had some help. Your looks like you've got some great parents. You can't see them on the video, but I'm sure that they were helpful, supportive in this. Tell me about how you started this project and some of the materials, because I was reading about the recycling product. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, their booth is somewhere over there.
Yeah, I've got to bring them over. But big part of this project was you wanted it to be a sustainable type project, be able to use products that were already being used, instead of using new stuff. So tell us a little bit about that and some of the people that supported you or the companies that supported you with the materials.
So originally it started out as developing more of a sandwich panel, not necessarily with the intended application.
Right.
And so we were looking at creating a recyclable panel more so for like wake sports and water sports. And so that was what started with me and my dad, because he's been a big surfer his whole life.
All right, cool.
And I love to wake surf.
Yeah.
And so we thought, let's make a panel that can be used to make wake surfboards.
Right.
That won't damage the environment, because it's such a heavily environment reliant sport.
Absolutely.
And then after realizing this combination of materials has so much potential, we looked sort of broader and realized that this could be used as a construction application to make these panels for temporary shelters. And so I definitely had a lot of help from my dad because of his composites background, and my mom.
Yeah.
And so we had a lot of companies were really helpful in providing supplies, like Armacell with the PET foam, which is 100% recycled, made from pop bottles.
Yeah.
We had help from Texonic for the flax fiber,
right,
and then Recyclamine. We started out with the Goujon brothers for the resin.
I read that.
And then they put us on the Recyclamine resin. And then my parents both had a lot of industry connections who helped with, creating the design, testing, and just like calculations behind all of that.
So this recyclamine that you're referring to allows for the board to be separated from its original parts, right?
Yes.
Recycled.
Yeah.
We really need to get those guys on. So talk about what were some of the from design standard, what were you looking at for this? You know, obviously sustainability is an important part, but what were you looking to replace? I guess when you're talking about replacing these temporary shelters, what were you looking at in terms of design, size, all of those specifics?
Well, the main thing is there's nothing really to compare it to because
Yeah.
current solutions are like shelters,
Yeah.
and or just like tents.
Yeah.
And so we kind of started with like a garden shed idea, like what you find at the Home Depot.
Yeah.
And so it'd be about like 8 feet by 8 feet, just enough space for a bed and
Okay.
like some personal items. And then some other design features is like a sloped roof to ensure that there isn't a lot of snow load, there's an overhang so that there isn't rain, and a raised base to prevent flooding.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's some of
Yeah.
the design features.
So the prototype I see is it uses a bio-based epoxy resin, Briozine recyclable series, and the as we mentioned the recyclamine technology. The approach allows for the separation and recycling of panel materials. So the decision to manufacture this product now is driven by an urgent need for sustainable building materials. I think that's pretty important right now, right?
Definitely.
What do you see? I mean, from this project, I mean, where do you go from here?
I would love to work with governments and nonprofit organizations to make sure that this product can actually go somewhere, not just in the design and experimental stages, but to actually help communities.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that, like, I see all of these amazing businesses. It's like there's so much potential with these products, and it's like improving lives of those who like truly need it or don't have that like additional step. So it's like I think it'd be really important to reach underserved communities and just the people that need these products.
I love
the most.
that. Absolutely. You've got an incredible heart. I love where it's focused at right
Thank
now.
you.
So, so is this your first CAMX?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your, I know you just walked in. So, I mean, what's your impression so far with the show?
It's so cool. I've never been to anything like this.
Yeah. You're just going like by one booth after another thinking, wow.
Yeah. I'm just wandering around.
Yeah. So I know that you mentioned the companies that helped you in this. They were very supportive. Again, can you mention company names there?
Yeah, there was Armacell.
Yeah.
Recyclamine.
Yeah.
Texonic, Goujon Brothers.
Yeah.
Fiberlink.
Yeah.
Oh, Craig Riley. He helped.
Craig. Oh, okay.
I was like a little bit confused with some of the sort of more scientific, sort of analyzing the results from our testing.
Yeah.
And Craig Riley helped out with everything. He explained everything because I only have like high school physics under my belt.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. We give them a little shout out here and some acknowledgement. So are you what are you planning to major in college?
I think after this project, like material science is definitely something that's really cool, or maybe environmental science, because I feel like the whole sustainability aspect of my project is really important as well.
Yeah.
And then if I don't go the science route, which I think I will, but if not, I think also through this project I studied sort of the societal impacts, and so urban studies is definitely something that's really interesting.
Very cool. I love that. Well, Nikita, thank you so much for coming on. I love what you're doing. What about one last question? Do you follow AI very much?
I do. I don't understand like the nitty gritty details, but today's keynote speaker was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. He might be coming on tomorrow actually. So so you talked about material science. We had a guest on recently about the using AI and material science for developing new materials. It's amazing. A guy from MIT. So it's pretty exciting time right now with all of this stuff. And you're young, so you've got so much time ahead of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Best of success. Hope you enjoy the show. And kudos to mom and dad over here. You've done an excellent job raising this young lady. How long was your dad in composites?
A long time.
Yeah.
Long before I was born. He's still in, yeah.
Still in? Good. Good.
Both of my parents, actually.
Oh, really? Very good. Very good. Well, congratulations.
Thank
you
you
for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, enjoy the show.
Thanks.
All right. That was great. You did fantastic.